everybody, it's a Kendall. Look at me with my fancy, everything's mirrored, my fancy Star Wars official streamer guy, Kendall Hallman, streaming team. No reverts. That is a lot of characters in front of not a lot of characters. Wow. Is that 38 battle damage? Kick? No. Well, that was interesting timing. And I just hit the recording button. So I jumped into this game and Joker King just did 38 damage to Picard, it looks like. I don't think that was Hitko's plan there. Man, I wish I'd have seen what led to that. Oh, he didn't even have close to 38 left cards to lose. Okay, well, let's find a different game to watch then. Ooh, No Idea versus Invasion. That sounds fun. Looks like No Idea might have the edge on it. This battle's a little closer than that previous one. So I haven't been drinking nearly as much lately, but I did get a bottle of Crown Royal tonight just because I kind of felt like it. I'll start drinking that here probably in the next round or two. This is still my cold coffee from this morning. Hey, it's Crazy Carl. First time chat, long time viewer. And that's a GG from Schmicky. Okay. Got any games that aren't about to end? Okay, so we've been hearing a lot about this Coruscant CRV. This is the Works SSA. Right? I like having the Twitch app open on my phone so I can see what's going on. Okay, so Crazy Carl went 3-3, 3-0 with Watch Your Step. He says he needs to learn the OA Shadow Collective match. Well, so do I. What is going on here with this? I should be live. Am I not live? Here we go. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. The app seems to not think it. Okay, here we go. It says I have one person watching. Which I don't know if that's accurate or not, but it's also... Oh, okay. Awesome. Awesome. I'm glad that the multi-channel seems to be working. Okay, but what's going on in this game? We got a bunch of light side cards and not a lot of dark side cards on the table, it looks like. For those just tuning in, my token thing, my sticker token, which you can find out on the forums what to do with it, is Dengar's modified riot gun. So send that to the person you're supposed to send it to if you're participating in the sticker promotion. And here in a little bit, we'll have another... I'm going to give away a pack of I Love Lucy cards. But not just yet. I wonder if my phone needs to be rebooted or something. Yeah, the Twitch app is not cooperating. I think the Twitch app just doesn't like iPhones. I think Twitch and Apple must not get along. Okay. Well, it still says I have one viewer, so maybe that's true. I don't know. All right. Blank by Simulacra in with the instructions on the sticker prize program. Thank you. What are we waiting on here? Quick Draw, also known as Matt Carulli, is a Pittsburgh player. He was the technology advocate for a while. He did a lot of the work on GEMP and stuff. He's a real nice guy. He drove out to him and his brother drove out to Columbus for Corellia Regionals, and he won. So he is the current reigning champion in my region. Of course, no replies. My teammate David. I don't remember us talking that much about this No Idea deck, but as I said before, sometimes I don't pay attention in that chat. They're a really good team, and they've helped me out a lot, and I feel like I haven't contributed that much. But that's the nice thing about being on a team is, different people contribute different amounts or something. I don't know. Are they still playing? I feel like nobody's done anything in a long time. Did Matt disconnect? Okay, there we go. So he has an entire legion of my best troops. So he's probably playing. That adds to the destinies for blaster rifles. He's probably playing blasters. Either 8s or 9s. I don't know why I'm clicking on that. Where did Kylo go? Okay. There we go. Focus there, maybe? I don't know. Okay. So it sounds like in that game with Joker King, his opponent kind of went on tilt after something earlier in the game, and that's what led to that giant beatdown. Which I've been tilting a lot lately, and it's like, I don't know. I feel like Star Wars cards is a game that it's really hard to come back from a big early game hit. And sometimes the games can last really long with you still, you're 10 cards behind or you're 15 cards behind for the whole game. It can be really frustrating. But also you see these top players and, they have 5 cards left and, manage to stay alive and maybe even win. So, all right, we got a battle. Trying to get that Stardust. I think No Idea is probably my favorite PC designed objective. You play mediocre guys who get bonuses because of the objective. You play on the ground and you play in space. And you got Stardust. I liked it better when Stardust did 2 damage. I think that helped make it feel special. I would have, if I was tweaking it, I probably would have adjusted something else, adjusted the knob somewhere else for it. But I really like it. People talk about like the joke is, why in a deck based on a movie that's all about a bunch of rebels getting killed, is it so hard to kill those rebels? Well, because it's a movie about how amazing it was that those rebels survived as long as they did. So it's all about survival. And I think different decks depleting your opponent's life force means something different flavor wise in Star Wars. That's why Bring Before Me and There's Good in Him deplete your opponent's life force when you turn them to the dark side, because that is, for that deck, winning is turning your opponent's card to the dark side. For No Idea, it's about transmitting the plans, the Stardust, beaming them out, to whoever, and once you're done with that, it's on to the next thing, and it just like it's like you should it's like you feel like you should be playing. Let light side move on to their next deck. Light side should then, after they play a game with No Idea, should play a game with Diplo or something. All right, so Baze shot Kylo. What's going on? Come on. Those 20th anniversary card backs look kind of neat. So Kraken is clashed right now. So he forfeited Dooku. Do you need to forfeit Dooku? Oh, because he was at the data vault, so immunity to attrition is canceled. So and he had shot Kylo. Very muy interesante. Solid Snack asking if I'm enjoying the tournament so far. I had a lot of fun playing today. I went 2-4, or yeah, 2-4, which I would have liked to have done better. And I think if I'd have prepared better, not if I'd have prepared more, because I did, I have been playing a lot of Star Wars cards lately. But I just maybe wasn't been trying to have fun a little too much. There was a revert in the Joe Olsen Brad Reinhold game. Well, I actually requested a revert today. I must have been in a game I lost. It was the Greg Shaw when I was playing Greg Shaw. Yeah. Solid Snack says he tried his hand at streaming. Yeah, I saw that. That's awesome. More people streaming is good. More Star Wars CCG content. Blah blah blah. Yeah. But yeah, something happened with. I think I was still wrong to do it, but he was playing the Dooku Revenge of the Sith deck, and I was trying to come after him with some guys, and Dooku had been clashed on my previous turn, and I forgot that he was still clashed, so I couldn't battle him, and I passed into battle, and I requested the revert back to deploy so that I could deploy one more. And that is what Quick Draw just did. He deployed into Kraken, forgetting that that he's still clashed. But he did not request the revert. Yeah, round 5. Yeah, Crazy Carl says that he only had to request one revert. And I mean the no reverts thing obviously it's tongue in cheek. It's kind of a joke. If within reason, I will request a revert, especially if it's a big game like this. The revert, the revert that got denied was my revert to the tournament committee. I wanted to revert my deck list after game 1 because I accidentally ran. I accidentally had whatchamacallit, non-virtual rebel leadership instead of virtual rebel leadership. Yeah, I mean, I actually don't mind. It's interesting. I don't mind covering the laggy games because I'm just talking the whole time. But yeah, it was rough. My opponent ended up conceding because he'd made some mistakes. He actually and I mean I would have granted him a revert, but I wasn't going to offer it. But he actually clicked on the ship instead of the guy on the ship. But I think that was the last straw. He had made other mistakes throughout, and it was a rough matchup for him. That was just like. That was really miserable. I don't think I made any mistakes in the game, although you can watch it and watch all the mistakes I probably made. But I did lose 5 minutes of time during one of the freezes in round 5, and that was pretty rough. Yeah. Yeah, I was really glad that I wasn't. Yeah, Solid Snack said that he was on a table where people were looking for the top cut, and the players were kind of on tilt. Yeah, I was. I was really glad that I was not. Yeah, I was glad that I was not in a game that was like. I mean, it was important to me. I guess the thing was it worked out because it was important to me because I was on. I was 1-3 at the time, and I still had the chance of going 3-3, which would have, if I'd have gone 3-3, winning my last two, which I totally could have won that last game. I just messed it up. Had the wrong game plan. What's going on here? So he moved Kraken away. Interesting. Just trying to 3-3 is like celebrated Arby's good. Well, I did get pizza. I got pizza and Crown Royal, so I'm a participation trophy kid. You get pizza whether you win or lose. Crazy Carl scooped against Jag Tech in that round 5 game. Yeah, Jag Tech's a good player. And he's also like, I feel like he's somebody that has improved a lot. I think he kind of got into it or back into it or whatever a little bit before me, but I used to think of us on a similar level, but he's definitely had some good stuff. All right, so hopefully he's got a Gick. Caruli has dropped Darth Maul in front of lots of guys. Carl got there against Jag Tech game 4. Carl, you are quickly improving. You need to slow down, or else you're gonna make me look bad or good. I don't know. Representing Corellia. Okay. What do we got here? Why is Matt fighting into this? Is he just low on time? And behind? Okay. Playing Verge. Verge of Greatness is not a deck that I love. I won't always recognize the master, yeah. Verge is one of the PC created decks that I don't love so much, but I need to get a better feel for how to deal with some of these dedicated space decks. For a while everybody was playing very little space, and now I feel like space has gotten better. Actually, the Watch Your Step, because Carl plays Watch Your Step, he was talking about playing against Verge. Oh, that was interesting. Okay, that was interesting. So he initiated the battle. He hit Kraken, and then he excluded Kraken and Maul to end the battle with Force Push. I'm glad to hear that. It seems like Watch Your Step, like the Watch Your Step help from set 18 really has made a difference. Watch Your Step is a deck that I like a lot. Corran Horn's not a smuggler. I'm sorry. He's not. I wish that the card said, pretend like Corran Horn is a smuggler, but he's not a smuggler. He went undercover as a pirate once, but that's not a smuggler. And he was already a spy. I don't know. I get hung up on flavor a lot in Star Wars CCG. Part of spy cover is a small. So the set 18 for my decks. So a big thing is I think that set 18 helped Quiet Mining Colony with the new starting interrupt. And I think it kind of helped some light side decks that Court has a good matchup against. Court, there's like one card that I swapped in, the Dark Time for the Rebellion combo. I think is what it is. 12 card Throne Room. I think there's some interesting options there. The big thing was the Tidarium. I think might be a good addition for it might be a good addition for a space package in 12 card Throne Room. But also, I mean, my big takeaway was something that's been around for a while. I always struggle with my token space package in 12 card Throne Room, and I think I played the Tantive with a stack of dudes on it better today. Revenge of the Sith should be a good matchup for me. The problem with those the problem with Revenge of the Sith versus my 12 card Throne Room is that I just don't. It's important in a mains matchup to like know what tricks to expect. So do I, if there's one, if Count Dooku is sitting alone at a site, can I go after him with one EPP and be fine, or do I need to send 3 guys there, or can I do what? And I just don't know what all. I don't know what all to expect. Combat trick wise, I just haven't played the matchup enough. And that's that nitty gritty that you get with mains versus mains, especially because 12 card Throne Room is so offensive. If you do make a mistake like that, then you just can't, like, there are times when you just can't get up a big enough force to take a site, and you can't be defensive with the deck because there just aren't that many defensive cards. So we're fighting here. Caruli is hanging in there, but it's like David's got lots of bigger numbers than him. He's got more characters. His power's higher. He's adding Power Destiny. Right, overcommitting to a site where they have lightsabers to add to force train elsewhere is tough. Yeah, and also, speaking of lightsabers, the only lightsaber that I play in my Throne Room is one copy of Anakin's. So if I go to the wrong site, if I overcommit to a drain of 1 site or even a drain of 2 site for that matter. And then they go over and they stick a lightsaber on somebody. I don't have a lightsaber of my own necessarily to make them come back after me. My deck is full of permanent weapon lightsaber guys, which there's upsides and there's downsides to that. I also, and I mean, I always evaluate this too much. I'm not sure if I was just drawing all the ones today, or if if I need to add more high destiny cards, or if I have too many, or if my character count has crept up, or what. But I was drawing all the ones today. Just it was kind of ridiculous. Right now, I'm running. Yeah. Don't run EPP Ray with Anakin's lightsaber. Yeah, you don't do that. No, I. Right now, I am on Jedi Ray, which I do like her a lot. All right, drawing that 10 for Battle Destiny. That's fun. So his Battle Destiny was 8. I really like the idea of these crazy high Destiny. Hey, Joker King. Nice job. Nice job in that game versus Picard. I go in and immediately it says 38 battle damage. That was pretty insane. Okay, so yeah, Karuli he lost his guys in three damage, and no reply, just lost the commando team. So he continues to have a sight in the system, and Quick Draw's got very little. He's got a Forlom sitting over there. Yeah, the number of times that I got confused with that I got tempted to do EPP Ray with the non-virtual Anakin's lightsaber, so that I could have a lightsaber for Luke, Leia, and Anakin. Yeah, Joker King. I don't remember David talking that much about this deck in Slack. Do you know anything about anything special about this deck? It looks like it's a pretty straightforward no idea build. Tom went 24-0 with it. It's fairly stock. Okay. Yeah, maybe I need to give No Idea another shot. Watching him play, I mean, obviously I came into it where he had like 12 guys on the ground. Oh, this is Oh, okay. Yeah, the CRV deck. Yeah, that's why I hopped into this feed, because I saw that the Quick Draw was playing the CRV deck, I think. Or no, he was playing SSA. What? The last game was the CRV. I don't know. I'm so confused. It's been a long day, and there's lots more coming. Yeah, Quick Draw keeps throwing like one character at this stack of guys and battling, and I don't really know what he's trying to do. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, that's a good point, Joker King. Quick Draw is at 1:30 on his clock with no reply at 9:19. So Quick Draw is going to run out of time here. And that's going to be the game. 22 overflow. Oh, there's the Gick. A minute 14 seconds on Quick Draw's clock. As David Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't conceded. Maybe he figures at this point he may as well make it a timed win. So I'm curious what people think about the 40-minute timers in today's event. I actually really liked it. I mean, aside from round 5 where there were shenanigans, I thought that it really felt like the 40-minute timers sped things up a lot. That combined with Taco Bill did a really good job of saying the next round will start, and it was like 70 minutes from the end of the round. So, closer to an hour, whereas I think the last time I did a pod play online thing was Worlds 2020, where it was more like where it was a 90-minute. They said it won't start within before 90 minutes, and that extra 20 minutes combined with the longer timers just made it so that the day went so long. Yeah, that Worlds was 4 a.m. I gotta say, I actually really like playing in the first heat for these things. I always do no, or I've done like no preference for timing. See, he keeps just deploying one guy in front of a big stack of guys I don't understand. He's got 22 seconds on his clock. It's fine. But yeah, I like doing the morning thing because then when I do coverage in the afternoon, I got something I can talk about. And I have people that I can, and people in the chat that they can share. You guys can share how your days went, as opposed to in the morning where maybe it's a little harder. But if you do want to hear me talk in the morning, Corran in the Morning is my little YouTube show that I did a couple episodes of so far. It's on the KendallCast Network YouTube page. I don't know. It's youtube.com/KendallCast Network. Is that how that works? All right. And no reply is the winner because Quick Draw ran out of time. So I did face Leia Rebel Princess. Let me talk to you about Leia Rebel Princess. Let me think. My Dark Side games. What even were my Dark Side games? I played against Legend, so no Leia Rebel Princess there. And I played against because my wins were with Dark Side. So I played against. I'm trying to think. She was in. It was in QMC. He played it. In Legend, he didn't play it. What was the other? What was the third game? Look at my pairings. Try to remember while I'm in between games here. So game one was I was light. Batmouse was dark. Game two, I was dark versus Jedi Jur. Oh, he was playing WAP. So I don't think. Okay, so game two, he played. Yeah, that was the game that was rough for him. It was kind of a blowout for me. He played. We have a plan. I dropped on my first turn Proxima, Velkin, and Ponda Baba at the audience chamber, and he came down with Mace Windu and a clone, and we fought, and he lost Mace Windu but left the clone alone, and I lost everybody but Velkin, and then I counterbeat him so that he lost 16 force on turn 2. And then he also did something else that caused some early overflow, so it was like not really, it was not a close game. But yeah, QMC, I saw Leia Rebel Princess, and he came down with her to the audience chamber, and I had None Shall Pass. Somebody just messaged me. Did we just have? Okay, we just had a bunch of new games came up, but yeah, he deployed her to the audience chamber, and I had None Shall Pass, and then I deployed a droid, and he wasn't gonna legitimately contest the audience chamber, so he used her on Cloud City and stuck her in front of the Fets, to cancel their ability. But I was doing other stuff in that game. I didn't have a problem with her in that game, actually. Mostly because yes, Joker King's right. I felt really good playing it. Let's see, what do we got here? What do we got here? Anyway, but like I just when she shows up in mains, it can really set me off. The thing, everything. Well, Dan was on table 1. Let's look at table 2. Okay, game 3 matchups. Taco Bill. I don't think I've seen Taco Bill's deck yet. Actually, no. I gotta watch Joker King. I gotta watch my teammate play Rebel Spy. I think that's gonna be good. Okay, so I got an I Love Lucy trivia here. I'm going to see if I can find a good question. This trivia is terrible. I'm going to go to IMDb. Get some better trivia. Literally, the questions were, what kind of show was I Love Lucy? And the answer was a sitcom. It was like, who played Lucy in I Love Lucy? Actually, I got a good question that you guys should be able to get if you think critically. Okay. For a previously opened, because that's how it came off of eBay, a previously opened pack of I Love Lucy trading cards. According to Being the Ricardos, the movie that came out by Aaron Sorkin this past year, who is the I in I Love Lucy? And so nobody's got the answer right off the bat, but that's okay. Or maybe there's a delay in the chat, but who is the I in I Love Lucy according to Being the Ricardos? So interesting, AOBS versus versus Old Allies. How does the Luke interaction work here? The objective targets Rey instead of Luke. I did a deck tech on Old Allies, so one would think that would mean that I know something about it, but that is false. One would be wrong if they assumed that. Yeah, the problem with those deck techs is that they when new cards come out, some things change. But James, I think you're so good. But and Jedi OSU got it. Yes, it is Desi. Desi is the I in I Love Lucy. So an opened pack of I Love Lucy trading cards is coming your way. Stay tuned for more trivia. All right. Something happened that made Joker King smile. He lost in the wilderness from hand. From Shadows of the Empire. Maybe? No. I'm not sure what he was losing force from. Oh, maybe it was just a force train. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like with old allies, I always deploy some guys. Dash Rendar's blaster after how much he'd spam the fire button in the N64 game. I like it. Put this man on design, or give him a design pod or a design something. Finished my coffee. I'm gonna have to crack open the Crown Royal here soon. I also have a 20-ounce bottle of flaming hot Mountain Dew sitting in the fridge that I'm a little scared to open. All right, so he is okay. So he launched. Oh, I didn't realize Merrick Steele was from TIE Fighter. That's cool. I never realized that. I never played TIE Fighter. I always kind of wanted to. I played when I was a kid I had the demo for X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. But yeah, I never played. Joe Olsen just approved a revert, looks like, or requested a revert. TIE Fighter had Admiral Thrawn just point at rebel platforms and fleets from his comfy chair, and things were obliterated. Someday I'll finish the Thrawn trilogy too. I'm almost finished with the very bad Star Wars novel Darksaber. I've had some downtime at work lately, so I've been able to get a little bit of reading in. A few months ago, I revisited Courtship of Princess Leia, which was... Oh, robot voice, thank you. You are a protocol droid, are you not? Anyway. Thanks for letting me know on that. Yeah, if I voice robots out, just let me know. It's a quirk of my setup. I don't know why things break, but they do. Just gonna lean back with the microphone now for a little bit. No reason to have good posture. Okay. Yeah, thanks Chad. Right. Playing Code Clearance. I will say that, I've noticed a lot lately. 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 I've noticed a lot lat that I'm missing weapons display and firepower. Having a shield for moving away from fights and for excluding people. I don't know. I kind of miss those. It would be nice if we get those back. Because I don't like when people exclude me. And if they do, I like it to push towards the end of the game. I think defensive cards should push towards the end of the game. You know. Yeah. And the retrieval for for ground and space was pretty good. I mean, I think the fundamental flaw was that Dark Side, it should have probably been countered moving away and excluding for light side, and then for dark side countered for just excluding because they don't really move away. But yeah, all right, we got a battle here. Light side's got 2 destinies versus dark side's 1 destiny. But dark side's got some permanent weapon characters. Light side is flipped, so they can reduce one of the destinies. But he's like, I don't even know what this character's name is. It's okay if you kill him. What's that character's name? Admiral U.O. Statura. And of course, way back a long time ago, the I'm gonna do a handheld mic for a little bit. Way a long time ago, the firepower and weapons display would let you like teleport across the board at the end of your turn instead of retrieving if you satisfied the stuff, and that was cool. But those the text on those cards was like little teeny tiny. It was comedic. Second stream that was talking about the firepower shields today. Well, I certainly don't have anything any say in returning in getting the firepower shields back. Another card that was kind of from around that era that I think about kind of a lot is the ability, and civil disorder virtuals, the original versions of those. When you would initiate a battle, you would activate a force and retrieve into hand the topmost character. All right. PC20. Yeah, Jedi OSU just noticed the PC20 card backs. Yeah, I guess they're new for today. Yeah, Solid Snack's behind the scenes now. He's in the smoke filled rooms with the best of them. Oh, is Chris Kelly playing Hitco today? That's cool. I thought he didn't like Hitco anymore. He's well. I think he always is saying that Hitco's bad and then plays it anyway. I just don't know how to feel about Hitco because I really wish that they would design another Luke for it. Like, I understand that it's fun to play Jedi Lukes, and I think that that's fine. I wish that there was something akin to Emperor's Enforcer. Um, because like Vader, like you can still totally play Lord Vader in decks, like 100%. Any deck that plays Vader, any deck that plays I Am Your Father, it is 100% valid to play one or more copies of Lord Vader. And that's a cool card. I wish that we had a Luke. I mean, we have Luke Skywalker Rebel Scout Virtual, who's great, and in most decks works. But I do. It is fun. Yeah, Choke Vader. Yeah, exactly. Choke Vader even sees some play, and so does Math Vader, and I played against Virtual Vader, in or Space Vader, and I think I even saw. I think I played against an EPP Vader the other day, but I mean, but specifically, like I would really like it if there was something that kind of parroted the play style of Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight, like of having having a Destiny 6 card. Basically, I want a Destiny 6 Jedi Luke, and maybe make him slightly different, but I'd kind of like they did the combo cards and the Master Windu and Master Qui-Gon with lightsaber, like these similar versions that are just very slightly different. Seems like you can make, there's design space for that, and I'd really like a Destiny 6 Jedi Luke and a Destiny 6 Emperor that so you can kind of have that feel, because it does feel great. Drawn 6 for Destiny is a great thing. But yeah, all right, what do we got going here? So both players have nice sized hands. Joe is all spread out. I mean, obviously, we also need a good Son of Skywalker. I mean, I think my point is not enough people play Luke's in decks. No, that's not my point at all. But I would like a good Son of Skywalker. Yeah, make Son of Skywalker. Take Son of Skywalker. Make him a Destiny 6 Jedi character. C slip. Right, Anakin Skywalker V does mention Son of Skywalker, so that would suggest one coming. Oh, okay. Chris Kelly jumped in. He says, like, tried to make a clone of LSJK a few times, but it couldn't happen for a few reasons. Yeah, I know, but I can still complain about it. But you're never gonna get everything I want. Notice he didn't say anything about Son of Skywalker. Maybe we got one coming. Who knows? Also, yeah, Chris Kelly, congratulations on your performance today. I heard you did pretty well. Thanks for popping into the stream here. Or if we can't have a clone of LSJK, maybe just maybe Chris Kelly, if you could just get Decipher to print some more copies of it. I think that would be good. Just get Decipher to reprint I know that the company doesn't exist very much anymore, but get them to reprint a bunch of copies of Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight so that I can have them. Or even better, get my job to give me a raise. Yeah, that's the solution. Get the go to my sock puppet LSJK. Yeah. Actually, if we're talking about, I mean, Chris Kelly's right. We've never needed fewer physical copies of LSJK. Like I said at the beginning of my rant, Luke Skywalker Rebel Scout is better unless it's in that specific thing. You know. And I mean, if I really cared, I have the cards. I'm sure that I could wheel and deal, and get some more LSJKs if I really cared. And I don't care. You can play on Gemp, and also that's like not even my style of deck. I wouldn't, but I like it. So I want it sometimes. I do own one copy of LSJK, and so that's why There Is Good in Him should be the best deck, because you can play that with one copy of LSJK. Yeah. All right. So we're fighting here. So what did he gick? Or what did he sense? Sensed, keep your eyes open. And then he plays it again as a Lost Interrupt. Using or played it from Lost Pile. Played There's Good in Him with 2x Rebel Scouts. Yeah. I mean, it's just we tried to cancel Mithron's game text, and it's not allowed to be canceled. I really do love. I mean, Luke Skywalker Rebel Scout is one of my favorite cards. If I could only just fit him in. I play EPP Luke in 12 card throne room, but that's just me. I need to. I don't know. Someday I'll play good decks. Someday I'll play them well. I don't know. I feel like almost every game today I made a mistake in like the first 2 turns. And I mean, certainly every game that I lost today, I made a mistake like within the first couple turns. I mean, I pulled one when I played against Dead Bodies Bring It Before Me. I grabbed the wrong site with Weeza. I grabbed the battle planes because I thought that I had Boss Nass Chambers in my hand, and I did not. And then he was like force choked for a couple turns, so I could have won, that would have won me the game right there. Yeah, Solid Snack says unless I play CCT or Hyperdrive, I make a ton of mistakes. I mean, I have to be playing like. The thing is, I know my decks super well, but you have to know your decks and your opponent's decks. I mean, I never remember to pull. Yeah, shield play. You're right. I never pull battle plan at the right time. I never pull secret. Like sometimes I have to preemptively pull secret plans, and I'm like, this probably should be coward, but if I do, but I will forget to pull secret plans next turn when you satisfy coward. So we'll just keep it here and keep you honest. Or I'll end up pulling both, because I should have pulled secret plans in the first. I don't know, but so the game continues. Yeah, right now it does have that Coruscant's a battleground. I had to double check on that. Yeah, I have to. It's like I have to know my deck and I have to know my opponent's deck in order for me to stand a chance. And yet, yeah, I don't know. And I mean, I've been playing. That's the thing. I feel like I've been playing a lot. Ellis is over. Interesting. Then used it's a hit to cancel Ellis Hellrot. Memorize. The question is, was that Joker King knowing what his card does, or was that it lighting up in Gemp? Because I definitely had a few instances of lighting up in Gemp. Craziest thing I saw today? I don't know. I don't even know. Round 5 when all the games were crashing. I mean, I think the craziest thing was my game in round 2 against WAP, that he kind of, I think it was a returning player. It was somebody that I know. I don't want to say their name just because, like, I don't want to call them out, but I think it was somebody that's kind of getting back into things after being away for a while, so they were a little rusty. But they just made a lot of glaring mistakes that were a little bit rough. Just got a very important text message. Give me just a moment. Continue to watch the game. Running 4x. 4x LXL rod is a lot. But yeah, like if you watch my round 2 stream, like it was pretty clear that he just kind of didn't know what some cards did, and like I was kind of baffled. But that was the craziest thing probably. Batmouse's Dark Side deck was pretty crazy. Started the mall site and the first light site that's -1 unless you have a musician there. And then he had some of the B2 battle droids and droids racks, and then ties in space and three systems. That was the game, of course, where I figured out that I had the wrong Rebel leadership in my deck, and I couldn't find Han. And if I was like, he was moving his stack of guys to chase my Tantive around, but still leaving like one ship at each system. that to keep to keep the drain pressure on. And if I could have, because he was paying to drain, I wasn't paying to drain most of the game, but he was doing a little bit more damage to me. If I could have found Han and I had the Tidarium and I had Daughter of Skywalker in hand, I could have deployed those against one of his lone ties and probably cleared him from one of those systems. So then he would have had to, change his strategy up. He may have still won or whatever, but it was a close enough game that it would have made a difference. But it was a good game. I just Han Optimistic General is hard to find. I did multiple force pile searches with See Around Kid where I had tons of cards. I got 3PO out eventually. I was top decking cards and I could have retrieved with with the Jedi Levitation. All right, so now we're spread out. Yeah, General Han should be the easiest to find. The problem is if you're not playing the right version of leadership, you can't find him. And I think I did see him in my third game with him, but in the second game I played, I didn't see him. It was to the point, because you're in your deck. It's multiple, it's a modern Star Wars CCG. It got to the point that I pulled up the GEMP file in between games and I was like, is he in the deck? And he was, but Joker King's up 5 cards here. And going to be losing a lot of force to a lot of drains. I think the QMC match, I activated Jabba, which I feel which made me realize how rarely I activate Jabba. Between you can get him in your hand, or it's in your reserve deck, or you have 2 copies of Scum that could either be that could also be in your hand. Very rarely it seems like I get to a point where I can't deploy Scum first turn, if that makes sense. All right. But today it happened, and I was like, that's weird. I haven't had to lose a force to court on turn 1 in a long time. Because I've also increased the defensive cards that it's usually safe to deploy Jabba on turn 1. Mrs. Udagudapol. Falcon is in front of Shizor's ship, Faline's Fist. Falcon with General Calrissian and Rey. Solo. Just realized I wasn't on full screen. Amateur hour. Amateur hour. Anyway. Oh, the sticker program. Yeah. My token is Dengar's modified riot gun. So do that. And my token this morning was IG-88 with gun. I don't know why I'm still saying that. If you weren't watching this morning, you're not supposed to know that, I think. I don't know. Well, you can cheat if you want. Or not cheat, I guess. Just now you have the hidden information. But follow the link in the chat that Solid Snacks just did if you don't know about the sticker program. Be on the lookout. Speaking of plugs, be on the lookout this week. Jared and Dan have 350 plus packs of stickers to give them out. So yeah, so I have 2 tokens then. The both of the riot gun cards. But what is a riot gun? Like you is it like rubber bullets that you use it to control riots, or is it that you're using it to cause riots? Or are you using it in a riot? I don't know. I don't feel like looking it up. It's from my stand-up hour on riot guns. I don't know. That joke doesn't work. But yeah. Getting tired. I might need to start drinking some alcohol. I've been going for 12 hours. Haven't been streaming the whole time because I woke up and my OBS wasn't working. Anyway, upcoming interview on Corran on the Horn, we recorded with Mr. Hayes Hunter, who I accidentally made fun of in the interview. I started the interview asking him how it felt to be the tallest Star Wars CCG player, not knowing that his brother's actually taller than him. I got that mixed up. Riot gun is expensive but nasty. Yep. That sounds like my dinner. Zuckus in Mist Hunter. That was an unforced error. Zuckus in Mist Hunter was an unforced error in my Legend game, I think it was. I had already searched my deck earlier that turn and forgot to confirm if there was a whatchamacallit, a docking bay, and I searched with Court, and so I had to deploy Zuckus and Mist Hunter who's clunkily expensive. It's a good card, and it ended up doing well, but it was there were a couple of but the way that I handled Zuckers and Mist Hunter in that game was where I screwed up. I also deployed Nalhutta that game when I shouldn't have versus Legend. So don't deploy Nalhutta versus Legend. Somebody needs to do a write up of all the matchups the court doesn't deploy Nalhutta. Because it's basically any time they give you a system, but I always question myself. All right, we're fighting again on Jakku. Looks like he just shot Rose. But his battle destiny is 0. Big goose egg. That's something I've noticed today. A lot of, I don't know if it's destiny creep or forfeits being under control or what, but I've noticed a lot of times where there's one more attrition. You've got 2 characters out, one of them covers 7, and your attrition is 8. I don't know. It's an interesting little, can you get there with your destiny? That every point matters or something. I'm trying to be deep. So I was at Costco yesterday, and I got a good deal. The Boba Fett's Palace Lego set, which normally retails for $100, right now you can get it at Costco for $60. It's one of those big playset-y things. And only thing it's missing is Jabba, but looked pretty good. Gotten a couple good deals on Lego sets lately. Got that, and I got the ATST from that one Mandalorian episode that's usually retails for about $50. I got it for $27. But now I got to build them. Holy crap, today's April 30th, isn't it? It's going to be May. All right, stream's up to 13 viewers. We got some viewers now. Hi, everybody. All right. We got this hammerhead here. Cancels opponent's immunity to attrition. That's it. Yeah, my OA is running the non-unique Corellian Corvette right now. I wonder if Lightmaker would be better. All right, so now he's spreading out. Jedi OSU just sent me the Justin Timberlake. It's going to be May. Meme. Yeah. Time moves ever forward, as they say. Sounds like yeah, we've got some more. We've had so far. I've been able to play in person in Indiana, Ohio, and Pennsylvania this year 4 times already, and yeah, there's active leagues going on in Pittsburgh, in Indianapolis, and in Ohio. Mix of online and in-person events. You can participate in multiple. You just or you can just show up to one event or whatever. But it's pretty cool because it's been a long time since we had. It's been a long time since we had an active player base. In kind of in this part of the Midwest, the Eastern Midwest, the Middle East, like they call it in I think Anchorman or something. Yeah, Solid Snack. What part of the country are you in? I don't remember. Because there's people. I think there's people in most chunks of the country. We're fighting in space now. Does a nice little Darklighter spin. Western Connecticut. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely people in that northeast area. I don't know how the northeast works. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely New Jersey and New York City events. There definitely used to be other people in like there was a group in like Massachusetts and stuff. But yeah, I mean like the NPC is in New Jersey every year. It's definitely worth coming out to an in-person event. Really looking forward to Nationals in July in Minneapolis. That's going to be fun. If you're like a mediocre player, the Minneapolis events are great because there will be a handful of like younger people who got started with Mark Walseth's program there. Yeah, family commitments are a thing. You just gotta, but you gotta figure out a way around that sometimes. Um, So looking at this game, Joe's got 11 life force. Joker King has 13, but Joe's got 6 in hand. Joker King has 2. Joe's doing some damage, but Joker King just kicked him out of space. This is a close one. And, yeah, one thing, preview from the upcoming interview with Hayes. He talked to me a little bit about how their team prepares for events, and I mean, maybe this shouldn't be surprising, but it was kind of surprising to me. They meet as a team. I want to say they're team 5. It's both Hunter brothers, Hayes and Eric, Joe Olson, and 2 or 3 other people. They meet once a week and go over game replays and really, analyze, do high level analysis of stuff once a week, always. And then, so then by the time an event is coming up, they don't really have to cram. They have it. It's all old hat to them, and I mean so they're just always doing. It's I don't know. I guess I always think of those teams as probably getting together a month, 3 weeks before an event and just really cramming and analyzing stuff and everything, and maybe that's how other teams work. But it's really interesting to me that Joe Olson's team, who is the the top. I mean, he's the current world champion. That's how they do it, just consistency and all that stuff. We have another revert from Joe. Says he thought he was passing activate. He must because he's shield busted. That's something wonky about Gemp is if you're shield busted, it'll push you through 6 phases later if you don't have anything that you can do. Okay. Don't think he has 7 ability there. No, he does not. So he doesn't crack his immunity. He's only got 1 card in hand, though. Zuckus and Miss Hunter with Leia Rebel Princess. Yeah, I think there are times when Zuckus and Miss Hunter feels like Leia Rebel Princess. I mean, the difference is any deck is gonna have any deck that has a ship is gonna have a way to get up to 7 ability. And granted, and I mean, I guess maybe that's true with Leia Rebel Princess too, that any deck with aliens is going to have some droids. But I don't know. It just seems like you're bending over backwards and overcorrecting for one specific card, and it's just, I don't know. The ability thing, because there's a number. I mean, there's Zuckus and Miss Hunter, there's Tatooine Mall, there's the
there's the well, I think it's stopping Han chewing the Falcon is by design. That Han chewing the Falcon virtual was specifically designed to not to die to Zuckuss and Mist Hunter. I don't think they specifically told us that when we were in playtesting because I playtested that card, but I think if it had a way of breaking through Zuckuss and Mist Hunter, then it would be too powerful because it's already a really powerful card. But that's like if Han chewing the Falcon is literally your only space, you kind of deserve to lose to Zuckuss and Mist Hunter. And it's also it's not that it loses to Zuckuss and Mist Hunter because Zuckuss and Mist Hunter is a Destiny 1 6 deploy card that is power 4. So you end up I don't know. To me, Leia Rebel Princess is egregious. And then also, I mean, the other thing about Zuckuss and Mist Hunter is that's pretty much all it does, aside from being a warm body in space that draws on its own. Like Leia Rebel Princess has that stupid retrieval ability too that just is like the twisting the knife. I don't know. I guess we all have cards that we hate. That's why I ask about it in every interview. And that's true too. Solid Snack says everyone and their mother expects Zuckuss and Mist Hunter in Darkside Space. So there's also a matter of Leia Rebel Princess only shows up some of the time. Like if Leia Rebel Princess was the best Leia and you saw her constantly, then you would play enough answers just kind of by default. But because she shows up, I think that in the current meta, she shows up enough that like you just play the answers. But I got really mad about it last Sunday when I saw her for the first time in a long time, and I didn't have as many answers in my deck as I normally do. So I needed to add BB9, and I think that pushed it over the edge. Even just one more droid, going from 4 to 5, 5. That's a really good point too. Solid Snack says Zuckuss is a battler, and I think that encouraging interaction instead of discouraging interaction is a big deal, because Zuckuss pushes you toward the end of the game. Either it's hurting your opponent, and in fact, a lot of times you're losing the battle and keeping Zuckuss out, so you're losing your own cards too. It's pushing both sides towards the end of the game, which I think is like that's the key. That's really the key difference. I mean, granted, after Leia blocks two drain she battles with her gun, yeah. Well, no, she doesn't battle because she's already zeroed your ability. Like if Leia said, I guess the point is that what Solid Stack and I are saying, if Leia said, she shoots the droid, yeah. If Leia said, unless opponent's non-alien character here, opponent draws no battle destiny, that would be very different than opponent's ability equals 0. And I think it would be less NPE. So somebody can go design that card. Do a Leia Rebel Princess virtual. Put it on, I don't know, it could be worse. C-Slip. Or, I mean, I guess it would be. I need to put Dero back in my core deck, too. Why are we still talking about this? Oh, because it's my stream. I can talk about whatever I want. And the chat is talking about it too. They keep bringing up Leia Rebel Princess just as much as me. Yeah. I mean, see, even here, like they're fighting. He's probably gonna run. He's probably gonna move away. Make her add ability as passenger on HCF. I like that. Actually, Jabba's yeah, Princess Leia Organa is a big is a big is definitely like an obvious card that doesn't have a virtual version that could probably use a virtual version. Although I don't know, do we really want to be playing Slave Leia characters like it's a little. This is 2020. This is the 90s. You know, where maybe that's I don't know. I never in theory I agree, like it's an obvious, like it's an iconic image. Although it's photoshopped between two, and once you know that they cut off Leia's body and stuck Leia's other head on it and like look at it really closely, especially like a HD image like blown up, you can totally see it's like a really bad Photoshop job. Leia Rebel Princess is the best. When you say the best card in Star Wars CCG, you mean the most overpowered card in Star Wars CCG, right? Which I would agree with that. Or the most powerful card in Star Wars CCG, which I would kind of agree. I would tend to agree with that. But I don't think that she's good. She's best in the sense of good design or good for the game. You know. See, but Walkling is such an elegant design. Brandon Lynn says she's as good as Walkling, and I think I mean Walkling is such an interesting design because it does like several low impact things. I like P59 a lot as well. I wish that we need a virtual P60. I know that's a Coruscant rare or whatever, so it's probably hard to. But I don't like that. I don't like that P59 is everywhere and P60 is only playable in certain stuff. I'd really like it if P60 could go in like court or like other decks that you're gonna play. Like I just kind of I like them being together, you know. You're Chris Kelly. You're dead on. R2D2 should 100% be as well as prevalent as 3PO. 100%. That's another. That's definitely way more so. Believe me, I know the P60 is good in Destroyer Droid decks, and I mean, yeah, way more so than P60. Way more than anything. I think R2, and then you made a good R2, and then people got mad about it. Yeah, R2 should be R2 should be in every deck. I mean, he should be in decks that 3PO isn't in. Man, they are keeping this game alive. I keep thinking all of Joker King's shields and effects are his hand. Because I'm used to looking at my hand when we play. And I mean R2D2 Virtual is pretty good still. But yeah, he really I don't know what it would I don't know what it would take to make him balanced. Powerful enough to go in almost every deck, but also not overpowered. Card 2 cancels Zuckus and Mist Hunter. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Doing something where, yeah, that's I mean, I would say that would be something very powerful to let R2 deploy on some kind of starship and give him an ability that's good enough that you would want to deploy him on the starship. Whatever that is. I don't know, I don't know, but I mean, being able to cancel an opponent's starship's game text or something. I mean, it definitely should cancel lateral damage. That's a good call. So we're going into Joe's turn. Okay. Yeah, Joker King's real low on cards. They're both doing damage to each other. But I think Joe's a turn ahead here. I think the math maybe works out in his favor. Unless we got It's a Hit. That's a big deal. Now Joker King will only lose 2. Does he have a ping of 1 still somewhere? I don't know how Agents of the Black Sun works. That's why I'm the second string commentator guy. Playing Cold Feet for resistance. Do we have... I think he's probably just cycling that. I don't think there's a place where Joker King was going to drain for 3. Jabba Space Cruiser. They just keep on coming. Neither of them has any cards left. Oh, this might be it. Oh, okay. So Joker King can drain for 4 here. No, 3. Oh, okay. Yeah, handle. Well, Joker King doesn't have a hand. And he's already used solos used from Lost Pile. But I guess it would be relevant if he, down the line, if he survives another turn. Oh, thanks, Treadwell. Yeah, Rogue 3 is empty. I forgot about that. Uh-oh. That doesn't look good for Joker King. This is a close one. But but Brenderlin, that's a good point. Pulling resistance to watch out for handle. Yeah, because he could, Joker King could figure out a way to survive another turn and draw a card. Like it's got potential for use, and that's actually something that's like a really good. Assuming Joe was thinking this at the time, but that speaks to Joe's quality as a player. That like even though he's just trying to put a 5 back into his deck, he's thinking about, okay, well, what shield could have relevance here? Yeah, desperate. I agree with Solid Snack. Desperate times, like, and Ray did get hit. I think there's not really a path to victory for Joker King here, but he kept it real close. The only path to victory would be if he came out far enough ahead that he that he overflowed, which he did, right? Yeah, overflowed for 4 there, but I think that he still drains him out. Two, three, four, five, 6, and Joker King has 7. Maybe he's got him then. If he can, well, he moves those guys in front of what's his face though. He can't get. I don't think he can do 3. I don't think he can do 3 next turn. Yeah. Unless that one card in his force pile is something that'll do it. Okay, so if it's a hit, then he cancels the drain on Jakku. He reduces the AOBS damage to 1 with his objective. So he'll lose 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's 2 separate pings. Oh, objective and shadows. Okay. Well, Joe just said GG, so math is hard, especially when they're playing. Someday I'll learn how AOBS works. Somebody in the chat here, make one of those deck tech videos. Make one of those deck tech videos for AOBS and teach me how to play it. Yeah, there it is. Well, when you got the world champion down to 3. All right, so what's going on in the outside world here? How many games have we still got going? Looks like we just got one that's about to end. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the stream here. But I will be back in just a little bit. I'm gonna get some caffeine and some alcohol, and yeah, we'll be back.